Welcome back to Cossy Arsenal Podcast. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. This is your latest Arsenal news and transfer news. Arsenal are back in the market to sign one more centre-back after Julian Timber's injury has been confirmed to be a serious one. It's going to take a couple of months, and Mikel Arteta wants that squad depth. Hit the like button, subscribe to the podcast as well. Let me know in the comment box below. I really don't have options right about now. It's only Aymeric Laporte and JOAO CANCELO, the two players we're looking at signing to replace Julian Timber in this summer. Let me know in the comment box below. Do you have any names? Which players should we be going for in order to cover for that, kind of space, that kind of gap, that kind of hole in the squad that has been left by Julian Timber's injury? Should it be a short-term deal, probably a loan deal for 12 months? Should we go for a permanent deal? Let me know in the comment box below what you think about that. Now, Arsenal have released an official statement about the injury status on Julian Timber. It is not a good one, but they have said that further to his substitution during our match against Nottingham Forest on Saturday, Julian Timber has received extensive assessments and scans which have confirmed he has sustained an injury to his right knee. So it is confirmed he's injured in his right knee. That is confirmed by the Arsenal website with the official information coming out. They're also saying that Julian Timber will undergo further detailed assessment and review with a consultant in the coming days to assess the full extent of the injury in order to determine the next steps. A further update will be provided in due course. Everyone at Arsenal will be focused to supporting and on supporting Julian Timber at this time to make sure that he actually comes back very, very early and very, very soon. Nice update. I like the way it ends. We will support him in order for him to come back, because it's a very crucial cog in the machine. They've got to understand that. So, Arsenal have confirmed that the player has sustained that knee injury in the right knee, so it looks like he's going to be out for some time. That is the foot that he actually uses to play football. He's right-footed, and for him to be injured in the right knee, yeah, you understand. But of course, Arsenal now, according to Fabrizio Romano, are back in the market. Well, Mikel said it's an unpredictable market. It's a very difficult market. And if anything arises, we will be back on the market to see any chances or opportunities there. I tell you what, before opportunities arise, problems have actually already hit Arsenal Football Club. So what are we going to do? Now, Arsenal have two options here, and I want us to dive into both of them before we get into the conversation. Number one, according to Fabrizio Romano, at the beginning of the window, at the beginning of the market, they looked at the possibility of bringing in one more centre-back. A traditional centre-back, a player they really appreciate is Aymeric Laporte. This is true, but from what I heard, that's according to Romano, Manchester City don't want to sell one more player to Arsenal. They prefer a different destination for Aymeric Laporte. That is according to Fabrizio Romano. We are looking at Aymeric Laporte right from the beginning of the transfer market. Now, this is also from Sammy Makpo from the Daily Mail, the guy that broke the story that Julian Timber is going to be out for quite some time. You could be hating on him right now, but just listen to the story, right? He says that Arsenal are currently focused on outgoings, with Kieran Tierney among the players set to leave. The expectation within Arsenal, despite Julian Timber's injury, is for Kieran Tierney to be sold, provided the club receive a suitable fee. Arsenal would look to replace Kieran Tierney if he were to leave, particularly given Timber's injury, with Manchester City's JOAO CANCELO a known target for Mikel Arteta for quite some time. So that is where we are in terms of replacements for Timber and also in outgoings. So actually, I thought initially that if Arsenal lose Timber for months or a couple of weeks, then there is a possibility, there is a world where Kieran Tierney stays at Arsenal. But it is very, very clear, based on what we are hearing and based on what we are seeing, it is very clear that the manager has made up his mind. The manager has decided that Kieran Tierney is not for the system, and therefore he must be discarded. Therefore, he must be thrown out of the system. I mean, this is the best market. This is the best year, the best summer where Arsenal can get the best money for Kieran. His contract runs down in 2025. Next season, it will be running down in 1 year. So I think this is the best. This is the best market for us to go and find a buyer. If he's not gonna stay, if you're not gonna sign a new deal, Arsenal have got to make sure that we get good money. Now, 30 million for me might not be what we will get. I thought 35 initially, then I thought 30 was right in as well on second thought. I'm also thinking about 25. I'm also thinking if a club can actually offer us 25 million in Kieran, that would actually be very good money. So Kieran leaving and Jurgen Timber picking up that injury has opened up one more place in the squad for a new signing. And according to Fabrizio Romano, there's one player, that's Aymeric Laporte. According to Sammy Makbo from the Daily Mail, the other player is JOAO CANCELO. Let's start off with JOAO CANCELO. So last season, our system was absolutely fluid. It was very, very good. All the dots were joining, and it was enjoyable to watch. But there was one player that actually gave us that momentum. There was one player that actually is the reason as to why Arsenal played the way we played. That player is Alexander Zinchenko. And I think Zinchenko will play a lot of football this season. And I think Alexander Zinchenko is going to be important again, especially in games where we are facing a low block, especially in games where we will need to bring take bodies out of the way and break low blocks down. But Cancelo, I like. I really, really do. Why I like JOAO CANCELO is he's so industrious. Look, don't get me wrong. Timber is industrious and Zinchenko is industrious. But you look at JOAO CANCELO, if you played him at right back, it would be phenomenal. Yes, he doesn't want to defend. His defensive attitude is absolutely bogus, but it's almost the same as Alexander Zinchenko. Now, it's very, very interesting to see how much Arsenal would want to pay for Cancelo, because his relationship at Manchester City totally shattered. Barca wants him, but I don't think Barca are really in that financial position to go out and make a marquee signing like JOAO CANCELO. I think 50 million is too much for Barca. Will Arsenal invest 50 million in JOAO CANCELO, around 45 million in JOAO CANCELO? 29, 30 years of age. I've already told you, if Arsenal signed him, the experience we get, the industrious player we get, the pedigree we get, that is enough. It is value for money. So for me, with that Timber out, I know he's a centre-back, right-back, a centre-back, left-back. I would prefer JOAO CANCELO. I prefer Cancelo because Cancelo is a player that would give us something on the other end, although defensively, he's not that astute. Now, there is a problem though, and the problem is that we signed Julian Timber to cover for Saliba, not Saliba covering for Timber. And the way it looks now, it looks like Saliba is covering for Julian Timber until he actually comes back. Now, I do have a scare because, Saliba came out himself and said, I'm not 100% fit. I'm actually around 80% fit. It is very, very, it's very, very easy for him to go from 80% to 100%. Probably not easy, but it could happen. But then there is also a window where we could see Saliba going from 80% to 50%. Right? The injuries, the game time, these players have played a lot of game time in the past and they're going to play more game time now that Arsenal and the UCL and the new format of the UCL that is actually upcoming. It is absolutely horrendous. So, Aymeric Laporte comes in that regard. Why I think Aymeric Laporte would be a good spot for Arsenal, he wouldn't cost that much. I wouldn't expect him to go beyond 25 million. Yeah, that is how low I rate him. And don't worry, I watch him all the time at Spain, and I tell you guys, he's not the centre-back we want. He's not the centre-back we need, even as a short-term fix. Actually, for me to get Aymeric Laporte, I would keep rebuilding. I'd keep rebuilding instead of signing Aymeric Laporte for 25, 30 million. Yes, there is a huge difference between the two profile, the way the media will portray them, but the amount of mistakes that Aymeric Laporte and the shaky feet and the cold feet he actually catches, amuses me at a centre back who was one time rated as one of the best in the La Liga. But anyway, Laporte is a nice shout. He's a centre back. That is why it's a nice shout. So if Arsenal lost, for example, William Saliba, we could play Aymeric Laporte probably with Ben White, right? I just even don't know. I just don't know what Arsenal see in Aymeric Laporte. But let me know your thoughts in the comment box below. Now, David Raya, according to Charles Watts, will be putting on shirt number 22, not shirt number 34. Yeah, I would have wanted to see him in that 34 jersey. I mean, we could keep it for some time just to show Jaga that you are important here, and this is how important you are. We could keep his shirt number for maybe one more window or two, and then someone could actually scoop it up. But David Raya, shirt number 2 is confirmed, so the announcement should be on the way. Right. And finally, Monaco are in advanced negotiations with Arsenal for the signature of Flo. Personal terms are agreed. Arsenal and Monaco believe a consensus will be met and it will be reached very, very soon. The difference between these two clubs is around £6 million, because initially Arsenal wanted 55 million euros. That's around 44 million pounds. But I believe after Monaco coming in with 34 million pounds, if they come in with another 6 on top, plus a few add-ons, in my opinion, the deal will actually be done. So I don't see how this one actually doesn't work out. Of course, Tottenham Hotspur around there also in the corner, trying to decide if they should bid for a player from Arsenal. I don't think they should waste their time. They don't have a lot of time, actually. Ange Postecoglou needs a striker. Otherwise, they have a very good manager, and the football they're playing, I'm really jealous of it. I'm really, really jealous of the football. It's coordinated. It is beautiful. It's just that they have a proper manager. I don't think they should waste time on Florian Balogun. The rivalry is just going to slow them down. Just go and get another striker. Monaco are closing in on Florian Balogun. I'll see you right in the next one.